At Braun Intertec, our employees are guided by 6 core values: collaboration, integrity, respect, entrepreneurial spirit, innovation, and sustainable growth. These core values inform how we work together as colleagues and how we build mutually beneficial, trust-based relationships with our clients. Collaboration was especially vital to our successful renovation of the historic University of Minnesota main energy plant. With the heavily contaminated project site built into a river bluff and bound by railroad tracks, the Mississippi River, and 2 bridges, project sequencing and accessibility at the main energy plant were major hurdles which required the close collaboration of Braun Intertec consultants from nearly every specialty.
When I look back, every service that Braun Intertec provides worked on this project. The geotechnical end of it, because of the challenges for the foundations, the environmental end of things, because of the previous buildings and things that were ultimately on this site. Beyond the environmental, we had a group from our NDE group dealing with some structural steel issues. The material testing group got involved because of a lot of the materials from the 1910s. We had to figure out what their capacities and things were using modern day techniques. Building sciences got involved because there was a lot of GPR work that needed to be done, because we needed to look at what was behind walls, what were in walls that were built in the 1940s.
Especially on complicated projects like this, the collaboration and to show that we can hand things off to each other. This project was a really complicated project, and I think there was a mutual admiration with everybody who was dealt on the project. I mean, the engineers who designed it, the geotechnical engineers, the environmental folks, and everybody had this mutual admiration. And I think the only way that we could have that type of result and that type of collaboration is the fact that we are technically sound and we know what we're doing. We're able to communicate that in a meaningful way. Others are able to plan around that, and that only happens when you have that collaboration. One of the other examples we had when we were working together is Mike and the team were brought in to evaluate the roof. It was a lightweight concrete roof, and you guys collected some cores. And I think I just happened to walk by your office one day, and he called me and he said, come here, look at this. And there's a couple cores sitting on the floor. And Mike, you gave it to me and you said, what do you think of this? He goes, I think there's something up with this. Looking at it, smelling it, breaking it, and we found out that that lightweight concrete was actually made up really by a ton of ash. That saved the client some potential risk, because it does happen where they get rid of material, especially University of Minnesota is very risk adverse. And if they go to the wrong landfill, they have to go back and take it out. So sometimes just by even walking by Mike's office and he's saying, hey, you want to take a look at this? Just bouncing ideas off of each other really can lead into some direct savings to the client and saving them from some risk in the future.
That is one thing about the environment that we work in. We are able to bounce ideas off of each other. I think overall that we've worked enough together where we're comfortable asking questions if we don't know. Even if we think we know, we still do it anyway, just to validate our thinking and things. And that's how we catch a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, and then we can have a coordinated response. Right. To the client versus getting conflicting opinions.
No one gets surprised.
No.
We know exactly what each other is thinking, and we go as a united front.
As consultants on this major $113 million renovation, Braun Intertec was part of the team that redeveloped the contaminated site and reinforced the structure and basement of the main energy plant in preparation for the installation of a jet engine-driven turbine and a massive heat recovery system. This new combined heat and power plant would ultimately address the University of Minnesota's increased demand for power and steam and help the university progress towards its goal of reducing campus emissions by 50% by 2020.